Now at 6, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
Well, now at 6, a teenager who survived a quick-moving apartment fire last night is speaking out about his experience. Good evening, and thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Bridget Bjorla. The fire happened last night, and while no one was hurt, 26 people are now without a home. Fox
61's Jamel Johnson is in Hartford tonight with a look at the damage inside.
Many people are taught what to do if your house catches on fire. But what happens after you lose everything you've ever known? That's what one teenager and his family are trying to figure out after their home went up in flames.
Anthony Ruiz and his family have been spending their evenings together at their home for the past 15 years.
It was just burning this at first, but then it kept rising.
Little did they know Monday evening would be their last one here.
I was laying down, I was listening to music, and my sister came. She opened my door hard. She's like, "There's fire."
Anthony, who thought it might be a small fire, was getting his family ready to evacuate.
Everything is ready, just crisped up.
The fire was much bigger than he thought.
I was like, all right, well, you're gonna have to hold your breath for like a couple seconds or something. And when I turned her right there, the hole was pure black, like you couldn't see nothing.
With the reality quickly setting in, Anthony made a cry for help.
I couldn't see anything, so I opened the door. I was trying to ask for help. I'm like, help me, help me, help me. Like, I need help. I opened the door, and my friends from the other building from right here, they came.
With the help of his friends, Anthony and his family were able to escape, but now they will forever be changed.
At the time and moment, I'm staying with my aunt. They're staying in the hotel. I'm just speechless.
Anthony's family was one of 6 who were displaced after the fire and are now receiving aid from the local American Red Cross branch. As they think about their future, the night that they lost everything is still on their minds.
It was a nightmare, man, you know? So much things going through my head. I'm like, man, 15 years, the building is all gone now.
Now, we did reach out to the local Red Cross branch as well as the Hartford Fire Department for any additional information. We haven't heard back yet, but the fire department did say that 2 women were transported to the hospital because of possible smoke inhalation, but there are no life-threatening injuries. In Hartford, Jamel Johnson, Fox 61.
All right, Jamel, thank you. We now know the name of the man found dead after a house exploded and burst into flames in Waterbury. Police say 56-year-old Thomas Cianciola was found inside the home on Horseshoe Drive on Sunday. He was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries, but later died. The cause of the explosion and the fire are still unknown. They are under investigation. The 2 people charged in connection to a deadly crash appeared in court today in Torrington. Logan Diaz-Lepardo and Abigail Whipple are charged in the death of Kevin Gangle. Diaz-Lepardo is accused of hitting Gangle on Clearview Avenue in Harwington back in July. Whipple was allegedly a passenger in the car at the time, and according to an arrest warrant, both suspects knew Whipple and had an argument with him prior to the incident.
We have an update now. New Haven police have made an arrest in the murder of a 17-year-old boy from last month. The 17-year-old is charged in the shooting death of Daley Jackson. Jackson was shot in a driveway on Shelton Avenue on December 3rd. He was taken to the hospital where he died. New Haven police say they arrested a teen yesterday. They expect him to be charged as an adult tomorrow. A press conference is scheduled for tomorrow afternoon, and Jackson's family is expected to speak.
Let's get a first check on our forecast now. Cold and breezy out there today.
Yeah, Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank joining us now to talk about the rest of the week. Rach.
We've got breezy conditions for one more day, and then we finally see the wind ease up. It's not as windy as it was at this time last week when we had gusts 40, 50, even near 60 miles an hour for parts of northwest Connecticut, but it's still adding an extra chill to the air, and we're seeing gusts close to 25 miles an hour for Torrington and also for Windham. That is making the temperature, which is in the 20s across the state, feel like the teens when you factor in those winds. So the wind chill right now at 16 for Willimantic and 16 for Waterbury currently. So that's what you need to dress for, right? And that'll be the case as we head through the day tomorrow as well. But nothing on the radar. Temperatures tonight are easing back into the 20s, but I think upper teens for some of our cooler spots and outlying areas. It will feel like the single digits and teens in the morning and like the teens as we head through the afternoon. Again, because we have that breeze out there, it kind of whisks heat away from your body, and it makes you in turn feel cooler. 33 for a high temperature tomorrow in Hamden, but we're in the mid-30s for Milford through Guilford at the immediate shoreline, 29 in Mansfield, near 30 in Colchester, and upper 20s in Burlington tomorrow. We'll talk about a late week warm-up coming up.
Okay, sounds good, Rachel. Thank you. And new tonight, a woman is safe after she fell through some ice on the Connecticut River. It happened around 9 this morning near Meadow Road and Rocky Hill. You're looking at that area on the map on your screen here. The fire department says someone called 911 after they saw the woman fall in. When police got there, they saw the woman clinging to the edge of a hole in the ice. Fire crews quickly got her out. She was taken to the hospital to get checked out, but appears to be all right.
Well, Southern California is under another red flag warning as firefighters continue to make progress on several massive wildfires burning across Los Angeles. Around 88,000 people remain under evacuation orders, and officials are warning another 84,000 that they may have to leave their homes. LA County officials are working to approve a local emergency declaration that would help prevent price gouging on rent and housing options. FEMA says it's already received more than 40,000 applications for assistance and provided more than $8 million in aid so far. Well, a company linked to Alex Jones has offered to buy InfoWars, First United American Companies, which runs a website that sells nutritional supplements in Jones' name, has offered $7 million to purchase the InfoWars platforms. That's more than double what it proposed when it lost to satirical site The Onion in a bankruptcy auction. A judge later voided The Onion's bid. An attorney for the trustee who oversees Jones's bankruptcy says they expect to get a new offer from The Onion soon.
Attorney General William Tong announced a $1.5 million settlement today with online used car dealer Carvana. Tong says the settlement comes following hundreds of consumer complaints. Those complaints involve extended delays in title and registration documents, delayed payments to sellers, and deceptive representations of car conditions and features. People who bought vehicles from Carvana after January the 1st, 2019 may be entitled to restitution.
So, for example, I'm going to read some consumer complaints. Carvana sold me a used vehicle with an undisclosed issue, body damage, and replaced body parts. Carvana was notified within 7 days of the issues and refuses to take the car back. So a lot of times people went online, they responded to those flashy ads online or on TV. They thought they'd just go on and buy a car, and when they bought something, they didn't get what they expected.
The settlement establishes a $1 million consumer restitution fund. Carvana also faces a $500,000 penalty to be paid to the state, half of which will be suspended if the company complies with all the terms of the settlement agreement.
Well, new tonight, after decades of finger pointing, there was finally some handshaking as the city of Hartford, the Metropolitan District Commission, water company, and the federal government joined forces for the good of the residents. Stakeholders put pen to paper to sign a memorandum of understanding that shares accountability for long-standing sewer and stormwater issues in the capital city. The agreement states that the city of Hartford and the MDC will work collaboratively to make sure flooding is kept to a minimum. They plan to do that by keeping storm drains and culverts clear, conducting more street sweeping, and ultimately separating the old combined sewer and storm pipes into separate pipes. The deal was called a labor of love.
What shows love more than making sure that people don't wake up in the morning with sewage in their basement? What shows love more than making sure that when there's a big storm, everybody's safe and businesses that have thrived for decades are not ruined?
Hartford Mayor Aruna Naralampulam called the agreement, quote, how the government should work, going on to say the parties put their differences aside to forge a deal to benefit generations of Hartford residents.
Well, starting today, people in Connecticut can take part in a free online artificial intelligence academy.
Yeah, the AI training is hosted by Google and Charter Oak State College. Fox 61 political reporter Emma Wolfhorst joins us now in studio to explain how it works.
Yeah, local leaders say AI is not coming for people's jobs, but coming to their jobs. They hope this first of its kind training will help workers across the state gain the necessary skills and position Connecticut as a leader in responsible AI.
It's been pretty refreshing to see like AI isn't this big scary thing that's coming for us all. It is actually something that's been here and it's evolving.
Darren Price works in business automation at a mailing solutions company.
When I started looking at the course, I'm like, oh, this is pretty awesome. I'm learning a lot that I didn't know, just how much AI works for us.
That's why Charter Oak State College and Google launched the Connecticut Online AI Academy.
This is truly a blueprint for other states to follow, and it wouldn't be possible without the innovative spirit and dedication of the people of Connecticut.
The Connecticut Online AI Academy is free and available to all state residents 18 and older. This program introduces learners to the fundamentals of generative AI, practical applications for productivity, and ethical considerations. Upon completion, participants will receive an industry-recognized Google AI Essentials certificate.
I'm a full-time worker. I'm a mother of a 9-year-old, so I really needed to find something that was flexible. It really makes me feel in a short period of time, it made me feel like so confident about AI.
That's confidence state leaders want more people to have.
Women and people of color are really behind when it comes to getting access to the very best, highest paying jobs. So if we do this, and we do this right, we are uplifting our young people, our women, people of color, and our whole state.
According to the nonprofit Jobs for the Future, nearly 1/3 of women work in jobs at risk of being automated by AI, compared to just 1/5 of men.
If we don't roll out generative AI thoughtfully, we're at risk of increasing the racial wealth gap by $43 billion a year. Versus if we roll it out thoughtfully, there's the opportunity to decrease the racial wealth gap.
And Senator Maroney, who you just heard there, is a national leader. Governor Lamont going as far as to call him the dean of AI. But Maroney and other state lawmakers failed to pass a comprehensive AI package last legislative session after Governor Lamont threatened to veto it. Maroney said multiple times during this event, this bill will be coming back this session. When I asked the governor, though, if he'd support it this time around, he said he's on board with certain pieces, but, quote, doesn't want it to be a vague set of principles. When I pressed him on The Real Story last week, Lamont told us he didn't think this was the year for the bill either. A lot of inconsistency and lack of clarity here, but both Lamont and Senator Maroney tell me they'll be working closely together this session. Bridget.